So one thing that makes CY1 different from summer session is the internal gradebook. So summer session relies on strictly grades that you would calculate, and CY1 is looking more for, how is this student doing in terms of their character, and what are some things that we want to flag for counselors and maybe their first year teachers. So as a reminder, if you go to our opening meeting PDF, which is attached to the very top of important documents, and you scroll down to where it says final Power School grades, these are due on Friday, 8 a.m. So we have Thursday. They have to submit their faith crest with a motto. You grade those. That's your last grade. And you submit that to Power School like we've done in the past. Internal gradebook is a little different. So if I click on last year's gradebook, it's going to look something like this, where we have a key, it's color-coded. We have a grade. Personally, I think it's nice when you put the exceeds expectations. I like kind of how this is formatted a little bit better. Like you could put meet expectations in bold with parentheses, their letter grade, and then you have a little blurb about this person. And the blurb is really important. It doesn't have to be super verbose or lengthy. We're just looking for something that's going to really help us understand who these people are. So, for example, if I'm in a class and I'm trying to do this, let's go to DJ's class. And I'm going to go down to his grade book. And let's see if I'll sort by, let's sort by period, filter, sections. Good, we got by section. So this should be, these first ones should be, period 1. So if I click on Jonah and I want to provide him a grade, so far it looks like he's got 85.44%. So he's doing pretty well. His participation on his Canvas page is moderate, but you'll notice that he's not really doing a ton in terms of views. I can also look at analytics specifically to see kind of his activity by date. I can also see submissions, good scores, failing scores, etc. You don't have to get that in the weeds about it. Quite frankly, when I click on this, this is enough of an overview. So I would take this grade at 85.4%. I'm going to go to DJ's class. And his name was, where was I? Beta. Oh my goodness. Maybe it's a different period. It's fine, a beta. Yeah, he's a period 2, I guess. And I'm going to put here his grade, which was an 85. I can spell today. And again, if it's on Power School, go to Power School. This is just going to help you understand kind of a way of doing this. And I'm going to guess, based off of his grade, that he meets expectations but doesn't exceed them. That might not be true. I'm going to color code it green. And then I'm going to write why. So I'm assuming, based off of his grade, because it's a B, that he is performing fairly averagely. He could do a little bit more work on accessing his Canvas page with more frequency. But honestly, that's one aspect of Jonah. Maybe he is a fantastic participant and he's always raising his hand. I want to write that down. I want to say great participant, not so great in the turning in department. Or kind of quiet, he's really into trains. Like things like that, little character things are really important. So if I go back to the old grade book, I really like how Jason did this one. Top academic student period 3, that tells me something. Took feedback very well. Responds to comments and emails, great to have, reliable. Only issue is lack of participation, very quiet and reserved. Mentioned wanting to make more friends, becoming. So this is good stuff. This is how he is as a student. This is also how he is as a human being. Another really great one is something like this one. The kid got an A in the class. It's funny because we share this kid. A kid got an A in the class, but he was very distractible. And so this was something where he needed to send a special report. He needs to work on instructions. And guess what, you all? He was my student this year, and this is exactly what I saw. Great student, great kid. He would get the grade that he needed, but he was all over the place and so enjoyable as a human being. So this meets expectations with concerns was helpful to me in my seating arrangement as a freshman teacher. It was also helpful to me in terms of just knowing kind of what I need. What maybe you need some support in the learning center. We don't know. So that's all this is. I just wanted to give you a quick overview of how, like, the rationale, the how, and, you know, you could always do it by period first and then fill them in, or you can make your own copy of the spreadsheet. But the idea is to change the parameters. One other thing that I want you to think about, let me choose this one for now, is, let's say this is a good description for Jonah. This is a lot to read, and it's going to make the spreadsheet look crazy. So just make it bigger, and then make sure when you click on this, go to format, wrapping, and wrap text. What that means is that the text is going to be readable and it's not going to go off of the cell. So that's another thing you can do. I'm just really big in, like, it needs to be legible and readable. So that's going to help you with that. Okay. That is the gradebook. It's, I think, fairly standard, simple, but if you have issues, let me know. I'm here for you.